Guys, welcome to the video where I show you how to use the Fibonacci the Facetex way. So, firstly, if you're working with the 4-hour time frame, with whatever pair it is that you're analyzing, make sure that you take your entry based off the 4-hour time frame using the Fibonacci. So, right now we can see that we have a high to low or A to B leg. So from here is the highest point, and here we have a lower low. So a high to a lower low, right? But where do we exactly place the fib? Do we place the fib on the top of this week? Or are we placing the fib top of this week? Or are we placing the fib here? Or are we placing it here? Okay. So how do you know where to place it? So what you need to do is you put on your EMAs, right? 8 and 18. EMA blue is 8. EMA red is 18. Sorry, there's my EMA. Right, so we had the crossover take place over here. The red crossed over the blue. So this is where our EMA is crossed over. So if you're looking on the 4-hour, you would take your trend line and basically draw this line. Just like that. This is a temporary line. You can thicken it if you like, make it black. And you can see that this was an area of support for a long time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, and eventually it broke through. So here with the EMA is crossed, you need to now start looking for where was support actually broken. So because this bearish candle broke through the support on the 4-hour time frame, the Fibonacci will be placed on the top of this week to the bottom of this week. So on the top of the bearish candle to the bottom week of the next bearish candle. So let me just delete all of this quickly. Take the EMS off again. Cool. Delete that. So there's the break. So we take the fib, place it on the top of this week, and we're lining up on the bottom. So that's your A to B. Okay. Then we had a push up to a 38.2 retrace. Now, you guys know from previous videos that 38.2 is a fast and aggressive pullback bounce, right? If you look a few hours later, you would see that take profit 2 was hit to precision. Like the accuracy on that take profit is actually ridiculous. What I want you to take note of is the 23.6 level. If these candles, these red candles, did not push up and close and touch 38.2, then the ABC pattern would have been invalid. 23.6 on your Fibonacci does not count as a valid PRZ level. So we wait for it to go up to the 38.2. So how would you have gained entry on this A, B, C, D? So let me just label it for simplicity. So let's just say that was your A, this was your B, this was your C, and then your D. So this is on the 4 hours. So what you need to do is, so you see the green candle coming up here, and then you have a reason to look at lower time frames. So all you would do is you take your ellipse tool, you block that off like that, and now let's say go down to a 2-hour time frame. Okay, let me just find my candles now. They're missing. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Cool. So now we're zooming in to see what did we have. So remember, we're looking at the 4-hour time frame. The entry is based on, or the fib level we're looking at is 38.2 on the lower time frame, on the higher time frame, sorry. So don't get confused and place another Fibonacci on the lower time frame and do something like this and go, oh, this is now A to B and now it's a 50%. No. So all you do is you place your fibs on your 4-hour, look at the 38.2 and then step down to the 2-hour time frame. And right there where I drew the ellipse, you'll see that this would have been your signal to get in on a short entry. What pattern is this? We have a morning star pattern. So now you can label it if you like, just to make it clear for your screenshots for your journal. Sorry, not a morning star, evening star. Evening star pattern. So now I leave it there. You can make this obviously smaller. It's a bit too big. So you have an evening star pattern. Boom. Yes, price did bounce up again. But remember, we're on a lower time frame. This move is based off of 4 hours. So it's not going to happen very quickly that we go 38.2 and whack take profit 2 because we're basing it off the 4 hour. If you're trading 1 hour or 2 hour Fibonacci's, then obviously your take profit gets hit quicker, but it's more riskier. So it's better to analyze on the 4 hour, then step down to the 2 hour. So then you can see that after this, or when you saw the evening star, if you drew a trend line from there to there, you would see that the spinning top was actually the break of that support area. Let me just draw it. Okay, see? But you would have already got entry because you identified the evening star pattern. So you would have had an earlier entry than waiting for this closure below the support area. And then what happened was the price basically bounced up. If we line it up perfectly, sorry, I'm moving the fibs there. Line it up like that, you'll see that it was broken. And you know, whenever structure is broken, the market loves to do a retest, and then it fell. Came up, played around a bit more, but obviously after this fall, it whacked the take profit to precision. Now, let's just say you got in over here and you got out over here. You would have now caught 150 pips. Simple entry, 150 pips. Now, the cool thing about the strategy is you can actually follow the move and now get another entry on the next retracement level. So how would you do that? Let me delete this. Let's go back to the 4 hour. So now once your ABCD pattern completes its move, your C now becomes the new A. So let's just move the C out of the way for the meantime. Let's delete that. So this is now your new A leg, okay? So let me delete the fib as well. So where's the next level? So this is A. Could this possibly be B over here? Let's check it out. From the top of A, we now place it down on the bearish. So when placing your fibs, guys, and it's a downtrend, right, and it's a bearish trend, you place it from the top of the bearish wick to the bottom of the bearish candle that where support lies. So, I mean, it's not a major difference like between there and there. You know, the small axis. So to be very 100% accurate, that's actually where I should place it. So now you have a B, and then you have like a C retracement of the 78.6, which is also an inside bar pattern. And if you step down to lower time frames, you would have probably had a bearish engulfing, but this is a continuation, and again you'll see that take profit targets were hit. So let's say we followed it for a while and wait for a deeper retracement, right? So let's delete this again. That's why I say, guys, one pair can be your bread and butter. One pair is all you need. So over here, so it moves down. Now we want to catch some more pips. So A to B to C. So let's see how this one played out. So now we take it from the top of this candle, place it at the bottom, bearish candle. We then had a 78.6 rejection, and I mean targets were totally smashed here, totally. Again, you would base your entry off looking at this area, stepping down to the 2 hour. in here. What candlestick patterns can we see? We basically had a bearish engulfing that broke this area of support over here. You can't call this a shooting star, it's more like a spinning top. So I would have taken my entry based on the closing candle from here to here, boom. And if you entered here, you would have literally had zero drawdown because the market just came tumbling down after that. So to go over the Fibonacci levels again with you, let me just move this up here. So let's say you have the market moving like this. So here's your A to B. Okay. Now 23.6 is not a valid reversal zone. 38.2 is yes. And when it reverses off there, it's very aggressive. 50%, not one of my favorite levels to be honest, because now you have a reversal or a retracement where 50% are buyers and 50% are sellers. So 50% bulls, 50% bears. So yes, you can get a retrace, but it's like 50-50. That's why I always preach 61.8. 61.8 is like the golden ratio where, it won't move directly to your target, but it would like do this and then maybe come up again and then come down and then hit the target. 78.6 is like one of the safest ratios, but very slow. Like it will go there, can come up, can come down, then go up again before it even touches TP1. And you guys can actually backtest and see that the 78.6, 61.8, and all these levels that I'm going over with you move these ways. Now, why I like to trade the 61.8 is because when you take out your short position tool and you're grabbing an entry of the 61.8, and you guys know the rule of Fibonacci and where your stop loss needs to be. So your stop loss level needs to always be 30 pips above the 78.6 area. So if you're looking at 78.6, you will see it's showing 113.379. So where should your stop loss be? 30 pips above that price, which would be 113.679. So your stop loss would be something like this up here, right? So now your stop loss count is 44, and then your take profit count is 104. So you got like a 1 to 2, almost a 1 to 3 ratio trade. Now let's just say you took the entry based off the 38.2 retrace, which is down here. The rules still apply with regards to 78.6. It needs to be 30 pips above 78.6's price point, which as you can see is 113.379. So it's 113.679, like that. So now automatically it changes your risk to reward ratio completely. So now you're risking 65 pips to catch 80 pips. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's not a really good trade. If you high risk, yes, 38.2 is aggressive and it can get you a take profit really quick. But if you're not willing to lay out the same risk as your reward, then don't take the trade. So that is the proper way of how you use Fibonacci. Let's see if we can find another example before we end this video. Okay, so here we got one again. So based on this is the 2 hour. Always remember to check your time frames, guys. 4-hour time frame. So would this be valid? This A to B over here, or the A to B? So let's just see. No, we did this one already. Sorry, we worked this one. No, sorry, we haven't. So would you do it from here, A to B? You see, we didn't get candle closure near 38.2. So again, it's a risky trade, guys, but you can see the take profits always get hit. I'm trying to find a 61.8. So let's say that is your C point, which it is. And we now take it down to the bottom of this candle. Here we go. Here we go. See, so now we have a nice bearish engulfing based off the 4-hour time frame of the 78.6 and also breaking that support level. You would see that if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you would see that this area was very much respected as resistance. This area here, just here. So when we had this bullish closure, or this bullish engulfing, we would have got an entry just here. Again, zero drawdown, and the price just moving into our favor. Yes, a slight retrace, but the retrace was off at 38.2, but back down and then whacked our first take profit with precision, and then our second take profit was just after that. So guys, just using your fibs correctly, and understanding that 38.2 is aggressive pullback, 50% is like in between, 61.8 is the golden ratio, 78.6 is like the best. This is where you can like pump the lot sizes because now your risk is tiny and your reward's huge. And then also 23.6 is not a valid price reversal zone. And just knowing where to place your Fibonacci and how to draw it will save you a lot of time and make you a lot of money. So guys, practice the Fibonacci over and over and over. I always use this in the webinars as well, and you guys will see how I apply it. So manage your structure off of the 4-hour, and if you want to take entry on lower time frames, step down to the 2-hour and enter from there. If you start going down to the 1 hour, 30 minutes, things start getting a bit messy. So this video was to show you exactly how to use the Fibonacci the Festex way.